Birmingham Children's Hospital has a reputation as one of the best in Britain. But when they built it, they weren't thinking of pushchairs. In Casualty, Mrs. Robertson has brought in 4-year-old Emmeline and what's left of a bottle of medicine.
I'm Martin, one of the doctors here. Hello.
Hello.
So, what's happened?
I bought that medicine about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and she likes the taste of it, and I came downstairs this morning and she'd managed to get hold of the bottle and she'd drunk about half of it. So.
Right. This can have some side effects.
Right.
We're just going to pop her on the monitors just to have a look at her heart rate and things like that, which it can affect. Has she been weighed yet?
No.
We're just going to weigh her.
Come on then, hold my hand. Yeah.
These drugs can cause fitting. They can cause hallucinations. Basically, there's a whole spectrum of side effects that gradually build up to more and more serious things. So, in her agitation is probably normal for a 2-year-old coming into a hospital, but it could be to do with the medicine that she's taken.
An air ambulance flies in a sick child from Belfast. This will be a landmark case for the hospital, one that could make medical history. 6-year-old Adele Chapman's digestive system isn't functioning. She can't eat, and for more than 2 years, her mother Doreen has had to feed her through a tube implanted in one of her veins. Doctors have told Doreen that transplant surgery is Adele's only hope of leading a normal life.
Let's wrap you up, shall we?
But Adele may need to have 3 organs replaced: liver, bowel and pancreas. A transplant on this scale hasn't been attempted in Britain before.
There we go.
In Casualty, Emmeline's mood has not improved.
Hold yourself. There.
Let's have a look at your tummy.
Staff try to attach a heart monitor to her toe. Meanwhile, Dr. Martin Smythe has been doing some homework.
I had a chat with Poisons Information, and basically the dose that she's taken is potentially a serious dose. So what we're going to do is give her some charcoal, which what that does is any medicine that's still in the stomach prevents it from being absorbed. And with a bit of luck, then the medicines that could cause some problems won't get absorbed into the bloodstream.
Good girl. Go on.
Drink.
Have a sip.
Lemonade.
The charcoal is masked with a sweetener, but Emmeline wasn't born yesterday.
Drink it. Go on, have a big one. Big sip. Big sip. You drink it. Good girl. Lovely. Drink some more. What's that? Oh, is that nice? Is that nice? Obviously not. You look like you've been up the chimney.
Adele can't have her transplant until new organs become available. She's on the donor waiting list. But in any case, she's too poorly. The line or tube that provides her nourishment is causing an infection. That'll have to be put right first.
Have a nice drink.
Emmeline can't see why she has to keep drinking charcoal.
You can have some dinner. Get you some dinner. Hey? Good girl. Go on.
Have a nice sip.
Go on then. One more, big one. Oh, excellent.
Yay.
Good girl.
So might be here to wash it down with? Oh dear.
Yes, please.
Ah. Oh.
If you put it in the black.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay, as far as trying to get the charcoal down, and we're not going to do any more, we're going to monitor her closely for another couple of hours, and then we'll probably keep her in either overnight, or if she's particularly well, maybe we can let you go sometime later on this evening if she's not had any problems.
Okay.
This is for Adele in here, yeah?
Transplant patient Adele is well known to the clinical team on Ward 8.
Absolutely.
She was here 4 months ago.
Everybody's been waiting for you to come back, Adele. Just up your minute, Adele. Dreadful mood.
Have you been on that plane again?
Oh, we had a bigger one.
Yeah, did you? Wow.
You're hot, Adele. Yeah.
Sue Beath is her liver specialist.
Right, can I come in? Adele, how are you? A bit
bit wiped out from your journey? It's Sue here. Just wanted to have a look at your tummy and have a chat with you and Mum about what we're going to do, try and get you a bit better. Is that okay?
Adele's mother, Doreen, knows just how quickly Adele's crises can develop.
Went up on Monday. She was absolutely fine Monday morning. Monday afternoon, she just went down. Basically, it's been that since.
The line used to feed her is connected to her blood supply. Any infection in it spells danger. The only way to take it out is by an operation.
So if I can arrange it, I'll try and get it out tonight. Okay? Or tomorrow. And Mr. Buick said he'd be happy to place a new one in on Monday. Give her a sort of break over the weekend.
On Ward 1, 2-year-old Ellie Edwards is recovering from major brain surgery. For parents Sue and Rob, it was a blow that came from nowhere.
We went with a suspected ear infection and they were just going to have a look at it and whatever, and then within hours we were told she got a brain tumour. I mean, that's such a... to go from that, from an ear infection to a brain tumour with nothing in between, it was just incredible. There's nothing could prepare you for that.
Surgeons managed to remove most of the tumour. Now her parents must wait for a pathologist's verdict. Is what remains malignant?
Are you tired? Yeah.
The Francis family arrives at the orthopaedic clinic with 9-year-old Trevor. It's his final checkup before a big hip operation to be performed by surgeon John O'Hara.
How have you been getting on with your exercises then?
All right, but this hamstring's getting tighter.
Is that right? Now, can we pop you up on this couch here and just check your range of movements, please?
Trevor suffers from a rare disorder in growing children called Perthes disease.
All right.
His thigh bone doesn't lie properly in the hip socket, causing him pain and difficulty with walking.
It's a bit stiff on this one, aren't you? What we're planning to do is to make that hip socket of yours deeper so that your hip hurts less.
It was this one, but also that one.
Okay then, up you get.
The whole family is mad on football.
Exactly.
Young Trevor was named after the Birmingham City manager, Trevor Francis.
He believes that in 6 weeks he'll be playing football again, and that's what he wants.
It has been done.
Do you know roughly what time the operation will take?
After lunch,
After
almost
lunch.
certainly.
And
And
how
take
long does it
most
take?
most of the afternoon. 2 hours to 2.5 hours, basically.
2.5 hours.
And you'll be asleep though, you won't notice it.
It's evening. Emmeline and her mother are still serving their time in the observation ward. They'll spend the night here, unless casualty doctor Sue Morgan brings a reprieve.
We don't think that she's taken as much of the medicine that we thought she had taken initially. So, I mean, she's been here 8 hours now, and we're perfectly happy for her to go home because she would have absorbed everything by now.
Right.
So I think, is it time for you to go home to bed then?
Thank goodness for that. Panic over.
Okay, bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Today's the day for Trevor to come in for his hip operation. Since the last visit, his hip joints have been getting stiffer.
So when I'm walking, I'm limping a lot now. I'm going upstairs. Last Saturday, I couldn't get up the stairs. So I was that much in pain.
How do you feel about the operation?
Petrified.
Are you?
He's really nervous
How do you know?
because he won't stop talking.
Yeah.
What are you worried about?
When they cut into me and drill.
Yeah, but don't forget, you won't feel it. You won't feel it. You'll be asleep.
I wouldn't want that to go wrong. Tell you that.
John O'Hara, the man who'll be doing the cutting and drilling, arrives to reassure his patient.
Are you all right then? I hope we won't have any disappointments today. You all right?
I think he's nervous.
Wow, now look, it's the first time for all these things, but we've done it lots of times before. So I'm sure you'll be fine.
Son only recovered from the line in her leg.
In the liver ward, Adele has had her infected line removed. But now she has to go down to theatre again to have a new one fitted.
doesn't it? Right, if you...
This will be Adele's 10th new line, and it's becoming a battle to keep her well enough for her multiple transplant. Normally, fitting a line is routine, but surgeon Ray Buick can't take anything for granted.
The difficulty is that she's had a central line in this vein before, which makes it more difficult the second time round. And also she's got clotting problems.
The doctors know they can't keep patching Adele up like this. She's now #1 on the national donor list for a new liver and bowel. With any luck, this will be the last time her feeding line is replaced.
We've gone through the old incision, so it's all quite scarred. And normally it's quite easy to find, quite a large vein. But when a catheter's been in it before, it's often smaller and stuck down to surrounding tissues. Doesn't that look promising now? So we've got the vein here now. We just need to get it freed up. It's a reasonable size. This is a triple lumen line that we'll be putting in. So it can be used, one lumen can be used for intravenous feeding, another one for giving drugs, and the third one could be used for taking blood samples.
Ray Buick will insert the line into the vein leading to her heart.
At least we've got it in. It's in a satisfactory position and it should work very well. If she ever needed a further catheter put in at some future date, then that should be possible.
It all went okay anyway, they're quite happy with it in the next readings.
What side did it go on?
Right, okay. Mummy just wants a little look at your line.
On Ward 1, the pathologist's report on Ellie's brain tumour has come back with no comfort for parents Sue and Rob.
We've had the results from the lab, and it proved that it was a tumour that had the potential to regrow, and so it's going to need further treatment.
In charge of Ellie's treatment will be cancer specialist Mike Stevens. He checks the scans taken after her operation.
What we can see just here is a very small but nevertheless significant area of slightly deeper white amongst all this grey, and that represents residual tumour. The fact there's measurable tumour left behind and the fact that Ellie is so young are the two most worrying aspects of predicting how she's going to be with future treatment.
They do have success against this form of cancer in children, and we've got every belief in Ellie because she's such a fighter, and we feel that she's got a real chance.
Ellie's chance will depend on cancer-fighting drugs being fed into her body.
Daddy's been changing his bum and he doesn't do that very often.
So doctors have inserted 2 lines into blood vessels in her chest.
Which is called her lines. Dave and...
Casey.
Dave and Casey. And all the other kids have got Pinky and Perky, and Lala and Dipsy Whipsy, or whatever they're called, and Batman and Robin and everything else. And they couldn't believe we got a Dave and a Katie.
Time for Trevor's hip operation. Perthes disease is still not fully understood, and John O'Hara is trying a relatively new technique for fighting it.
What we have to do is we have to make 3 separate cuts in the bone which secures the socket of the hip joint. And to free up the socket and to turn the socket to cover the head of the thigh bone. If we don't improve the containment of the hip socket, there is a risk of permanent deformity and relatively early adult arthritis. Now, which hip are we going to do? Yeah, it's always worth checking, isn't it?
Yeah, and this one's hurting me.
Yeah, well, we'll do what we can for that at the same time.
What's that?
It's your anaesthetic.
To make you get fast asleep.
Tell me when you start to feel a bit woozy.
I can't stop laughing.
I'll stop laughing. Okay. You feeling sleepy now? Okay, Trevor. That's a good one.
Ellie is back at the hospital to begin one of her chemotherapy sessions. First, her lines will be connected up.
Dave and Katie?
Oh, is that what your lions are
You can have a
called?
drink, that's all. Should we get Dave out? Or Katie?
Which one?
No.
Which one's going to have a drink?
Dave.
Dave having a drink. Well, you'll have to tell me which one's Dave.
That's
then.
Katie.
Oh, right.
Silly
You don't want
Daddy.
that one.
Hello, Dave.
Dave.
Can I give her a kiss?
Through Dave and Katie, the drugs will be fed in for several hours at a stretch.
Salt you've got in your blood. That's it, it's been good.
For David. Look at all these big drinks.
Right, Shaween, you can go back on your bed now. There.
Shall I give you that?
Thank you very much. Okay, thanks.
Test your driving skills now.
Each round of drug treatment involves Ellie and her parents coming in for up to 2 days. But they're encouraged by her progress.
Do you want Mummy to put Dave on the telly?
She's now learning to walk and her speech is returning and her coordination is a lot better and she's not as weak and as shaky. And so we've been told that she'll walk again, so she's going to pretty much get back to normal. But then obviously she's got to fight the disease, and that's the main objective really.
Trevor's 2.5-hour operation has begun.
Steph, small line back, please.
Preparing to realign the hip bones needs firm handling.
We're at the stage when we've done the first 2 cuts. Before we do the 3rd cut, we're going to put 2 external fixator screws into the socket part of the hip joint in order to aid accurate positioning of it at the end of the operation.
Trevor's parents can only sit it out in the ward.
Well, I know he's in safe hands anyway, but I didn't think I'd be like this. I thought I'd be like nerves and whatever, but I'm not. I'm really, really calm. Not a twinge in my stomach.
Let's hope it won't be long. I'll feel better when it's all over. Yeah.
It's the key moment in the operation when John O'Hara will reposition the entire hip socket.
So now I'm just rocking the hip socket. The whole hip socket is attached to the end of this lever, and it's free to move around enough to provide proper cover for the head of the thigh bone or femur.
John O'Hara checks his handiwork on a high-intensity X-ray imager.
Yeah, that's great. Now this shows that the edge of the hip socket is now covering the edge of the head of the femur, so that whilst the disease heals, the shape of the head of the femur will be the most round shape that can be achieved.
Here he is.
Still asleep there.
He's wide awake now.
You feeling sick? Huh? He wants the telly.
That's
You want the telly?
He's done well.
Feel all right?
We've been told you've got 2 screws in you.
2 screws in. Don't go buy a magnet, will you?
Seems tired still. Should have nice and snug under those blankets, that's it.
Adele is feeling much better thanks to her new line. Today, specialist nurse Jill Brooke has come to prepare her for a big transplant.
Did you grade of paper?
Thanks to the work of nurses like Jill, it's now accepted that children do better if they know all about their treatment.
Who's this? Put her pants on. Oh! Put her pants on, quick! Keep it private. Brilliant. Okay, so what do we need to tell somebody who's going to have a new bowel?
You draw the wee thing.
Okay. What do we need to draw?
Small bowel.
The small bowel. And we remember what it's called when it comes out on your tummy. It's a funny word, isn't it?
Ileostomy.
Ileostomy, you got it. You're clever. Now here, if you're drawing it, that's it. It's the new bowel. It's come out onto the surface of your tummy, hasn't it? So we can tell if it's good pink colour, we can tell that it's happy in there, and how well it's functioning by how much is coming out of it.
To help Adele understand what she faces, Jill has brought a doll who's not so well, complete with model ileostomy.
But you called her Adele, didn't you? Remember, you called this dolly Adele. So I would remember you, you told me. And that's... Excellent. You've done a super job.
He's got a fat belly.
Today, Ellie has come with her parents to the cancer clinic for an appointment with Mike Stevens.
Ellie, do you want to come? Okay.
As part of her treatment, Ellie's had a shunt fitted, an internal tube to relieve pressure in her head.
Come in, come and sit down. Come and sit down. That's it. Hello, nice to see you. Right, we're going to have a look at you. Do you think we could do that?
No.
That will be terrible. You sit on Mummy's knee and I just want to show you my torch and I just want you to look at it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good at that. And look at my light over there. And look at it up here. And look at my light over there. That's fantastic. That's very, very good, isn't it? What about the wound at the back? I mean, around the side. Is that looking a little less angry?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And there hasn't been any leak or anything?
No, there's nothing at all. We check that all the time. But
The shunt works by draining fluid from the head and spine into the abdomen.
this is really going flat. And before, it used to stay hard all the time. So the shunt must be working.
Yeah, I think so. So we need 2 days of chemotherapy, and the blood counts are all right. So I'm very keen to get her in, to get on. I don't want to delay. I mean, she's absolutely on schedule at the moment, and that's the way I'd like to keep it.
Yeah. But that's great, Ellie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been very good, haven't you?
Yes.
You've been very good. You have. Do you think you could possibly come back and spend a couple of days with us again for some more medicine? What do you think?
No.
No.
It's 2 days since Trevor's hip operation. Time to get him back on his feet.
Where's Trevor gone? Trevor!
If physiotherapists Lindsay Ray and Susan Rideout can find him.
Trevor, you're hiding. Don't you want to get out? No. What we're going to do, we're going to wriggle towards this side of the bed.
Come on, you can sit up.
It's a bit easier. This can...
I can put on my...
Go on, keep going.
Hold on to the
Keep going
shoulder.
forward. Trevor, let this leg come forward a bit, then that'll be better.
Go on, that's
There.
it.
I've got it. I've got it. I'm not going to let it go. What we'll do is we'll have a gentle move forward until you can feel your good foot on the floor. That's this one. Just in case you've forgotten. Right.
Oh, you're hurting my scar.
Whereabouts? Is it catching?
on my bum.
All right, and your bottom. All right then.
Right, is that okay there? Where my hands are now? And can this one go down a bit? Yeah?
Well, tuck it in. As far as it'll go.
That's it.
Otherwise you end up looking like an old woman with your bottom sticking out. Or like Susan.
That's it.
Thanks. Trevor, you've done really well. Do you know that? Are you pleased? Yeah.
In a hospital, word spreads fast, and the news is that Adele has taken one of her sudden turns for the worse.
Adele Chapman. Next.
And it's the day liver specialist Deirdre Kelly is bringing an important new colleague.
There's a lot of
He's the man who will be performing the transplant if organs are donated in time.
well, has she? Doreen, could I introduce you to our new surgeon, Mr. DeVille, who's just started today. He's come from Belgium, and he's very experienced liver transplant surgeon, has done many, many paediatric liver transplants. Now, Adele really hasn't been herself over the last few days, has she? I mean, what have you felt as her mum are the worst problems?
Just basically getting on top of pain. She's just sleepy.
Yes, and she's sleepy because of the morphine we're giving her? Or?
No, it's not making her any sleepier. Because, I mean, when she's awake, she's fully alert and that, you know, it's just...
Really, Adele has a very short window for being well enough for the operation. Sean, is there anything you want to ask Mr. Chapman?
I would prefer to look on all the X-rays and then come back to speak a little bit more.
Yes. Is that all right?
Ellie has also suffered a setback. She's developed an infection, and it's holding up the chemotherapy on which all hopes are pinned.
If she's got an infection somewhere, then she can't get her chemotherapy courses. So we need to get this sorted as soon as possible so that her treatment could be started.
Neurosurgical registrar Salman Sharif has decided the shunt could be causing the problem. He'll have to remove it.
Are you okay there?
Yeah.
No, I mean to say just inside, not on the skin. Okay.
Ellie's fighting spirit has won over everyone at the hospital, not least Salman Sharif.
She goes around me saying, "Where's Dr. Reef?" She calls me Dr. Reef.
Good girl. She's awake. Yeah, she's awake.
What's going to happen now? Right leg down. Before that? Go on then.
It's 7 days since Trevor's hip operation. If he can make it up and down the stairs with his crutches, he can go home.
Brilliant. Excellent. Good man. Well done. 2 more steps. This is better, isn't it? Is it easier than earlier?
It's easier. Yeah. He's come on leaps and bounds, especially since Friday.
If you're going up and down the stairs, just make sure you stay with him all the time. Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
All right,
I want to get home and do my lager. He doesn't drink, honestly. He doesn't.
Adele has been rushed down to intensive care. The infection has worsened and her life is in danger. Her heart, liver and kidneys are being supported by machines. Sue Beath is here to discuss the crisis with intensive care specialist Gail Pearson.
Hi, Sue.
Can get an update on things.
Good.
It's been fairly catastrophic 24 hours for her, really. How's progress been during the day?
I mean, this morning she was on industrial doses of heart strengthening medicine, noradrenaline, adrenaline, things like that. But the thing I find most encouraging is that she's mounting a good response to the infection. There's evidence that her marrow's responded and recovering. And if we can keep the results of the infection under control, then we should be able to pull her through at least this episode.
With the shunt removed, Ellie's infection has cleared. She's back on chemotherapy after a 9-day delay.
There's a starfish. You want to put a starfish on?
We knew that she needed it, but she couldn't have it, and we were just literally just sitting and waiting and watching the temperatures fall and rise, and it was murder. But hopefully it's they've got on top of it now, and we should be able to get on with the programme.
Get money. Yeah.
She's had that much happen to her in the last 8 weeks, but she's gone through it, and she's still really happy, and she still has lots of happy times, and she's really keen to laugh and have fun, and now she still loves the nurses and the doctors. I don't know how, but she's incredible.
The dragon. Yeah. Stick it on Ellie's ear.
Stick it on the dragon.
For Sue and Rob and their 3 other children, it'll be a time of waiting and hoping.
Trevor. Go on. Give her a kiss. Oh.
In 8 months, Trevor will return to have the other hip treated. Next week, 12-year-old Stephen suffers from a nasty cough. And there's good news for Adele.